Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we are talking Claim to Fame Season 2, Episode 4. And this episode kind of bothered me. I kind of was feeling, it was giving segregation. It was giving, there was two houses into one. And it was making me very uncomfortable. I have to keep it honest. So we got the vibe throughout the episode that between Carson and Shane, one of them was likely going to be eliminated by the end of the episode, in which they ultimately would be going down to 8 contestants, right, when it was all said and done. And so a lot of strategy this episode in terms of trying to, figure out what the gameplay was going to be, depending on what the challenge was and who won the challenge, what their A, B, and C plan was. And basically their sure plan for the most part was to get Shane out on one side of the house, right? But Shane's friends, like, Monet and Gabriel and Cole and all of that, you're thinking, okay, they're going to keep her in, right? And so they, basically accused Monet and Shane of setting up Jade from last week, and that they manipulated her and told her wrong information about the clue when she saw the clue for herself. She came to the conclusion about Elvis Presley on her own. Monet and Shane didn't have anything to do with it. They had nothing to do with that. She came up with that all on her own, and decided that was that, right? And so then what ended up happening was also we get some more details, regarding Carson and her clue, because, there was some curiosity that was there. And so they're trying to conspire, and so they come to the conclusion that Carson's celebrity relative is Jeff Gordon, right? NASCAR race driver, right? And so ultimately this spreads around the house, because what happens is Hugo and Cole, they're kind of like the floaters, but really they're with one side of the house, right? But they'll use Monet and Shane and Gabriel for information, right? But really they're on one side of the house. And so ultimately, they said, Cole ended up saying the name in front of Carson, and she didn't react and said that they were wrong. However, it could be that, she's, just saying that so that she doesn't get picked. But the other side is, I do think possibly she could be related to Dale Earnhardt Jr., or that could possibly be her actual relative and not Jeff Gordon. So we will have to keep an eye out on that one. But nonetheless, they had a challenge where basically everybody was blindfolded, and there were like 12 obvious clues that were basically in the form of these gold statues, right? So you had cheese to signify somebody being a cheesehead. You had like a wheel to signify somebody being a race car driver. You had a burger for Gabriel to talk about good burger and all of that, and all of the things. And so basically you're blindfolded in teams of 3, and you have to basically see how many things you can identify. And I think there was like a shrimp there too for Forrest Gump to identify that. And you had to, whoever was able to identify the most, the captain got immunity. So Chris ended up getting immunity because he knows that his clue is out there. However, he doesn't know whether or not people actually know it's him, like who his actual relative is, which I still don't understand, because I'm like, he literally looks like Donny Osmond. Like his whole face is Donny Osmond. Unless these people are completely clueless and have no idea who Donny Osmond is, I have no idea why they have not guessed correctly on who Chris's celebrity relative is, right? So Chris decides, you know what, because for some reason Carson is obsessed with wanting Monet and Shane out. She has, decided, and this is what I hate. This has happened the second season in a row, where the black people are immediately targeted and accused of manipulating people and doing all of these things, and it's not true. It is absolutely not true. They don't even know their own clues. Like, if we're keeping it a buck, right? They don't even know who their own clues are, right? And so then it was revealed that there was a showmance between Shane and Cole, and I felt a bad feeling about this. I had a very bad feeling about this. So ultimately, the bottom 2 of the challenge, Cole was one of the ones that was at the bottom, and he decided to choose Hugo because they have convinced the house that they're, floating votes, but really they're on one side. And so ultimately, they're going back and forth on who they want to be the guesser. They're going back and forth on who they want to guess. And so ultimately people are trying to throw out there doing Carson, and that either way, so-and-so can get eliminated, and it doesn't matter if they're wrong about who Carson's celebrity relative is. And so some people don't want to take that risk and want to go for the sure thing, which is Shane. And then Chris picked up a clue. He picked Hugo's clue as part of being the winner and having immunity. And so I think, based off the clue, I think he might be the grandson of Jimmy Carter or some sort of a president. That is my initial thing. I don't think he's related to an astronaut. I do not. But nonetheless, we finally get to the vote, and ultimately they decide that they want Cole to be the guesser. So Hugo gets a break, because Hugo, I think, thought for the bulk of it that it was going to be him that was going to be the guesser. And then Cole pulls like a reverse Uno, a reverse draw 4, and decides that he is going to guess Shane. And I felt so bad for her. Because it just really was such a snake move. And here's the thing. I don't mind, the cutthroatness and everything else of Big Brother, and that type of thing. But please, can you, keep it a buck? Don't be fake like that, right? And I think that's going to hurt Cole ultimately in the long run. So as we all know, Shane's father is the legendary Eddie Murphy, right? And I was just hoping, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, why couldn't they just keep her in? They could have kept her in like last season with Simone Biles' sister, where this is a sure thing, but you can get out bigger targets. But you have convinced yourself this lie that Shane and Monet were running the house when it wasn't true. And so I hope that they guess wrong on Monet and guess that her father is Steve Harvey, so that they all can be picked off, because it looks completely ridiculous, right? They look completely ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. So the problem is now that everybody sees Cole, for who he is and how cutthroat he is, he's going to be enemy number 1 next week, right? And I think the rumor is allegedly he might be related to Alicia Keys. That might be his celebrity relative or what have you. That's what people are speculating. But nonetheless, all of these people that want to do this cutthroat game, they're ultimately the target the following week. So I have no idea why they decide to do this, right? So now what's going to happen, because nobody in the house really knows the rest of the clues or knows who really anyone else is, they're basically going to have to attack each other, right? Because once the black people are gone, who else is there, right? It's going to be a cannibal situation where everybody's going to be going after each other. And I don't think Cole thought long term of, this type of management of these eliminations, because people keep forgetting that ultimately at the end of the show, when it is down to the final 2, the old contestants all have to come back, and they decide to help, one of the final 2 people on who they want to ultimately win the $100,000. Right? And if you had a messy situation where you went behind somebody's back and did something snaky, how are they supposed to come back and help you win? Right? How do you expect Shane to come back and help you win? And she left very classy. Her father, Eddie Murphy, left a really cool message and all of the things. And it was really nice. And I just felt so bad for her, because I need to see Shane on another reality show. I think she would be perfect for Big Brother. I think she would be perfect for The Mole. And even Traders. I think she has an amazing strategic mind. And it was funny because everybody was so obsessed with her, and they thought that she had all this knowledge of all this stuff, and really she was just doodling pictures and cuddling with Cole all day. So how is she the mastermind? How is she manipulating people if you have no intel from her? When you have no idea who anyone is. So Monet took this elimination personally, and she is going to have it out for Cole, and she is going to make sure that Cole is the next to go. I was hoping Shane and Monet could be like a final 2 of some sort, and ultimately that is not happening. But I'm hoping with this, basically rogue move that Gabriel, Monet, and JR, that they get information and realize that they are on the chopping block if they do not do something, right? If they do not do something and take control of this game, because now they're outnumbered, right? Now they are outnumbered, and they are going to be continued to pick off. So there is that. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.